Forgive me for the background barking noises, but nothing I can control. So what we have here is very simple. I've made this lovely ball from Indian rosewood, and now I want to make the second part of the project, which will be a secondary ball that I will pierce that will go inside this profile. Now the problem is that I need to replicate as closely as I can the profile of the inside of this bowl. So I can either do it by trial and error, making the shape of the bowl and trying to slide it in and see where it touches or not, or I can do a paper template and try to get it as close as I can and then replicate it in the other bowl. Or what I'm going to try to do, and this is because I want to, if this comes out really nice, I want to do more of these. So I'm going to have something that will make it easier for me to replicate the profile of a ball. And there is a tool for that. It's a builder's tool that helps cut plankings and floor covering to the exact shape of corners or stuff that get in the way. And it's kind of a sliding mechanism with a lot of pieces that will replicate a shape when you push it against something. So I don't have one of those, and I can't leave the house now due to the coronavirus blockade to buy one. So I'm going to make one of my own using these. Now these are skewers. You can get these for barbecues, but these are part of a game. You might know and play this game before. And don't ask me why I have so many of these. It's a story for another time. But I'm gonna use them and a couple of pieces of wood, and I'm gonna create one of those devices, and I'll be able to use it for other projects as well. So let me clear this up. Put up just the tools that I'm gonna use, and we're gonna go and try to do that. So first thing first, I'm going to have to get all of these at the same length, and I want to get also their tips sanded down. I want them flat and straight. So I'm gonna bunch all those that I'm gonna use like so together using a couple of rubber bands. That should be quite enough. Okay, try to get them as close to 90 degrees as possible. So now I will need to arrange them and then also glue one or two at the sides so they wouldn't slip out. And I'm kind of counting on it that they will be pretty much the same width, the same circumference, each one of these, more or less. Maybe we should start with the two side pieces, you know what? That will be much easier. So I'm going to take one of the non-sanded ones and let's chop off a couple of pieces. So snip off the end. I don't know why, but again, why not? Let's place it here. Let's take another one. And we'll glue them here and here. Okay, as parallel as I can make it. Again, I'm not going for scientific accuracy here. And that should be more than enough. We give it a couple of seconds to dry. In the meantime, let's see how many of these I will need. I think that should be enough. Okay, so let's glue the two ends up, and we'll try to not glue. I can actually take off a few of these before I glue it. So let's take a few out, just so I won't glue them by mistake. We'll put them here, and a few out from the other side. This is very experimental for me. I've never done this before, so bear with me. Okay, I think I'm going to clamp it down. Get these out of the way. Okay, it's looking okay. And let's give it a few drops of CA. Okay, a little bit of CA here, and a little bit of CA on the other side. And we're gonna let this dry for a few seconds. Later on, I'm going to use clamps. Once I've get the form, I'm going to put a couple of clamps on, which will keep them from moving. Larger clamps, so I could clamp it in the center, and hopefully it will be enough pressure to stop them from moving. We'll be back in a few seconds. Okay, so it's ready, and it looks to be working pretty good. Okay, it's not perfect. Again, this is an improvised tool for the shop, but it's gonna do the work that I need it to do, I hope. So let's find out. Let's take this bowl, and let's take my tool, and we're going to have to do this in the center as much as possible, but I'm going to do it by eye. So I'm going to place it like this, like so, and press it down. And now I'm going to get everything in its place. Make sure that it's as straight as possible. Let me give you a closer look from the side. So before I clamp this down, as you can see, all the skewers go down to the surface of the bowl, and it's wait a minute, everything is moving on me. And it's replicating the shape of the bowl down here on the top here. You can see the flats and you can see the curve. Clamp here and clamp the other side. And again, making sure everything is touching. And I think we're good. What do you say? Now I don't know about you, but to me this looks like it worked perfectly as intended. I'm really happy with this little device, and it's gonna make my job quite easier. So I'm going to use a ruler to make sure I get this straight, and I'm gonna mark points and then connect the points. you can hear one of my cats meowing. So this is the real test now. Let's get the ball again. Okay, focus I meant. And this looks pretty good. Yep, looks like I got it. Got it! Now the thing is, I'm going to use this template, not this template, because I'm going to make the ball on the outside and then make sure with this that I'm in the right shape that will fit this profile, obviously.